Hey, how's it going, Blossoms? Today we're going to talk about how deltarune shaped my gender identity and my sexuality. For those of you who don't know, hi, I'm your hostess, Peachy Sakura, and I use she, her, and faer pronouns. Welcome to the Blossom community. If you're new here, please be sure to like and subscribe so I can make more deltarune, gaming, and anime content for you all. Now, let's get into it. Growing up as a disabled college student was fun. I learned a lot of things about myself, and one of the things during COVID I played was deltarune. Upon deltarune, I immediately fell in love with the character Chris and the character Susie. I thought I embodied her so much. But growing up with deltarune, the intro really shaped how I saw myself. One of the quotes in deltarune go so far as say nobody can choose who they are. And a lot of the things I had been taught growing up was that I had to basically fit inside this dichotomy of you can't be weird, you have to be what everyone else expects you to be. And playing Deltarune just helped me escape into the world of fantasy so I could finally let my brain relax. I was always prone to overthinking as a young girl, too, so it didn't really help that school was on the forefront and stuff like that. But once I played Deltarune, everything just seemed kind of chill. I felt like I was friends with all the characters. I felt like I really knew them as individuals and character development. That's one of the things I really liked about the game. I also really like the fact that Toby Fox just made an immersive world for you to get lost in, and that somehow everyone could relate to it. Um, when I was 21 years old, around 21, college, I was like, maybe I can express myself a bit more now. Since in high school, I was kind of sheltered. I was afraid to say I liked anime because I was afraid of being a so-called weird kid. But I eventually grew out of that, thanks to Deltarune and stuff. And then when playing Deltarune, I was genuinely just more myself. I started to wear more gaming-like clothing. I started to look like a pretty princess because I dressed primarily femme. I started to dress like how I wanted to dress at conventions. And so far, it's been a wonderful journey of work. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little community too. You know, I'm here for you guys. So, after going through Comic Con in college, I realized that people didn't judge as much as I thought they were going to, and that they were actually really nice. And I found my home within the Deltarune community as well as the Comic Con community and things like that, and I just really enjoyed the overall vibe. Everyone was really friendly, really nice, and I felt like I could come out of my shell a whole lot more than when I was in early college or late high school. It was really a fun experience for me. One of the characters I primarily really like, though, is Susie from Deltarune. Throughout the game, Susie isn't given much of a backstory. All we know about her backstory is that she's a bully. She does not really like Chris at the beginning of the game, nor does she want to befriend them. But throughout the chapters, as she gets closer to Chris, and as we play as Chris, we understand the dichotomy of their nature and the dichotomy of how they think, which I think is really interesting because there's a subtle cue in the Deltarune community that really pinpoints where you stand as a player and where Chris stands as the sole character themselves. and that's really interesting. Um, so growing up, my favorite character was Rousey, but I also related to Susie. Cause in high school, I did not like wearing anything remotely feminine, anything remotely like, I didn't like painting my nails. I didn't like dressing masculine either, but I didn't like dressing remotely feminine because I thought it was ick. And then I realized after high school, no one cares and you can be your feminine girly self. But I also was at odds with the way I presented myself and my gender identity. And like I felt like a girl, but I also wanted to be a whimsical fairy. So I didn't really know the dichotomy of what that was called until I looked it up and found a term called demigirl, which is a person who identifies as partially being a woman or partially being a girl and something else. And looking back, this is what exactly encompassed the nature of my identity. I mostly felt like a girl, but I mostly felt like something else. I didn't really feel like a girl, but I didn't really feel like a boy either. And in some cases, I didn't really feel like a human either. So I just felt demigirl was the right for my identity. And then growing up, I thought it was considered immoral to love two genders at once, which I later realized was not the case, but deltarune helped me figure that out as well. Actually, I would say deltarune helped me express it more. Now I'm more expressive with my bisexuality and the fact that I love both genders, or that I just love humans in general. There's there's no telling who I'll love, and that's okay. Thankfully, I'm taken by my partner of a year and a half, and I love him so much. I love how supportive he is of my identity and my disability and everything else. I just love being around him as a person. Not because of his gender or whatever, but simply because he's a human soul like I am. He helped me believe in myself more than I could. And Susie helped me believe that even though I was genuinely like the nicest kid who was agreeable with everybody, that I could change myself, no matter how people perceive me. And ever since I started playing Deltarune, it has been a transcendental experience where I just know who I am and I follow my soul because of Chris, because of them, because of these lively characters that bring the world to life. I I love them. I love them to death. I love them so much. I think of these characters as like if they were real people in real life, I would adopt them. I would genuinely care for them. I love them all so much. Besides besides Mr. Antenna from Deltarune, but we all know why that's the case. Some of you might know. And a big congratulations to Tanner for winning Tumblr 2026. A big congratulations to him. He deserves it. He's the man, the myth, the legend. There he is, Mr. Antenna's TV time. So, anyways, yeah, that's how Deltarune really shaped me as a person and who I am today. And I hope I get to play Chapter 5. I haven't played it yet or completed it yet. But I hope to complete it with you guys. So stick around and have a great day. And I want to know, write down in the comments below what's your favorite character from Deltarune, and which character do you want me to voice act next? Besides being a content creator, I also voice acting, anime reviews, video game reviews, let's plays, video game content, and even astrology sometimes. So let me know what content you guys want to see. And also, thank you so much for 215 subscribers. It's been a wild ride. It's a whirlwind to see I created this back in 2015, and I already have 215 subscribers out of just sheer luck of making my silly little videos of games and anime and sharing it with you people. So thank you all so much, and I hope to see you again soon. If you would like to join the Peach Blossom community on Patreon, the link is in the description. You'll get behind the scenes clips, my daily little rambles, some let's plays, maybe an extra content of my bonus work. I also write fan fiction, and I also write a bunch of stories and character profiles and my OCs and stuff like that. So if you guys want to check that out, that'll be on my Patreon. And I will also be having my website open up soon. Yay! So my website's currently a work in progress, but if you guys want, you can book my services such as a voice acting gig. You can also book my media counseling sessions if you want to learn how to create character profiles. For those of you who are fictionkins, if you want a letter from your fictional character, or like if you want a letter from your favorite character or just your comfort character, let me know, and you can buy that directly from my website. The link is in the description. And besides that, I also offer healing modalities. So I'm also a very spiritual person who dabbles in Reiki and astrology and tarot cards. So if you would like something like that, let me know. I'm just here to help people and share my videos with people so they can get happy watching me play my silly little video games as a mid 20 something year old, and I really hope I brighten your day, Blossoms. And I also have a memoir coming out pretty soon, but it should be available by the end of the year. You'll get to see what my life was like, what my life is and was like as a disabled woman or person, excuse me, and how video games shaped me and stuff like that. You'll get to see how my life was shaped around anime, video games, and like astrology and the concept of spiritualism. So, if you want to learn more about me, who I really am in my personal life, my memoir will be up for grabs hopefully by the end of the year. I really hope you guys buy it because it's something I've been working on since I was 19 years old. So, if you guys were to buy that, I would really appreciate it. And once again, thank you all for joining me in my community. And if you're new here, you're automatically a part of the Peach Blossom community if you've subscribed. If you want even more content, like I reiterated below, I have my Patreon for only $3 a month, where you can become a Peach Blossom member and see behind the scenes and my little ramblings and my art and my writings and my fan fiction. And you can also go to my website to book personal letters from your favorite characters. You can also buy some merch. I hopefully will get Peachy Sakura shirt soon. So, and you can also book a voice acting gig if you would like. I'll have that below in the description pretty soon, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful day.